The girls, how you doing? Let's do the pick a card. Today is going to be what are they afraid of. So that could be interesting. I have no idea what's going to come up. That's the point, Axelle. So let's make two piles and let's just see what is cooking here, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Pile number 1, what are they afraid of? Page of Sword, Ten of Sword, Queen of Pentacle. Well, they're very defensive, so they're afraid of something for sure. They're afraid of what you represent because I think they trying to justify their brutal wordings or defensive wordings by saying that you are too much this, you're too much that, blah blah blah, whatever, you know. But they're checking you out. They look at you, they look at your pictures, your social media, maybe they're reading again your text. I mean, they keep an eye on you, okay? So they're losing the control of I don't care, you know. They want to pretend they don't care, but they do care. So inevitably they're afraid of being hurt. They're afraid of giving in to love and a connection, a very close connection that could make them a bit addicted to you, and then they wouldn't know how, you know, to be by themselves. So they're resisting you, a bit like a wild animal that doesn't want to be, you know, like a sweet little thing. But there's nothing wrong being a sweet little thing, you know what I mean? So in my opinion, you are much more like about stability, commitment, grounded, and they're more like the wild animal. They don't want to enter that kind of world of rules and being dependable and being, you know, predictable. That kind of life, it's a little bit too, how can I say, normal. That's what I would like to say. So for them, it's like, whoa, no, 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 I'm a wild animal. I don't do normal. You know, I'm like wild. You know, I like to not know what I'm going to do next week or something like this, you know. Yeah, but in order to be with you, they need to cool it down a little bit, right? So yeah, you came into their life a bit as um, unexpected, I would say though. So you shake a little bit their reality. They never felt that they could fall in love with someone like you because you maybe not the profile they would go for normally, but they fell in love. And that was something that shake their reality, a bit like a love at first sight in some ways. So now they have to look within why they're so reluctant to have a normal relationship and enter a normal life. Why is the problem? So they have to go maybe to go back to their childhood trauma to understand where that comes from and heal. That's absolutely important. Your strengths by being normal and being, you know, always there. You know, you may be predictable, but you always as well, people can count on you, you know, and that's something that for that person is new. Normally, by being unpredictable, then you don't really count on anybody because there's nobody around, but you are always around. And by being like this, consistent, congruent, then is really a lot of strength for them. So they're gonna have to drop the image they have, that protection they have by being unpredictable, to be, you know, wild. That they have to remove this mask in some ways and come back to the core. And that's how they're going to work out. So for me, what they're actually afraid of is to remove their protection, their persona. They bought into the identity of being unpredictable. And that is a safety, because if I'm unpredictable, then nobody can actually catch me. But you know, you got their heart, so what they're going to do about that, right? Okay, so let's have a major arcana. I think it's kind of straightforward now. Let's have a look. Let's see. Justice. Yeah, it's all about the balance. They need to balance themselves, and to be too wild, to be too extreme is not it. And they know they cannot continue living that life. George is here, obviously, always around. But the thing is, being balanced doesn't mean being boring. No, it's just being maybe peaceful, and that's good. Okay, that's cool, absolutely cool. So part number 2, what are they afraid of? Temperance, the Chariot, Nine of Swords. Well, they feel that you're meant to be together, and I think that idea of forever and ever and ever, that scared the hell out of them. They cannot do this kind of stuff, and that's what they think. It's about, for now, going piano, one step at a time, testing the water, but balancing themselves, balancing each other as well, And for them, it's like it's a new version. Okay, so they feel a little bit like the idea of forever scared the hell out of them. However, they might be, depressed. They might be rethinking their whole life. They might be, not sleeping well at night, questioning everything, not knowing anymore what to believe. But they know things have to move forward. There's one thing about life, life carry on. Life is never going to stop. Life transforms. And maybe they have to appreciate, excuse me, George is here, never missing it. It's there's a movement forward that is inevitable, and it can be very much black and white. It can be very well balanced, the yin and the yang, and there's nothing wrong with that. So it's almost as they're trying to fight, or they're afraid of the inevitable. You cannot stop life. You cannot. That is really an illusion, right? So yeah, that's movement forward. I think that's what they're afraid of. Things carry on a different ways. They're not the same. And that maybe is exactly what scared them. They're afraid of the transformation. Nothing is the same. We were fine like this. Why do we need to get married? Why do we need to move in together? Why don't we just stay the same way? Because life is not like that. They cannot carry on wearing a mask. They manifested you for a reason. It's in order to grow as a person and to go to the next level. So they have to understand that. You kind of waiting because you kind of like whatever, whenever you're ready, because I'm here. I know you're gonna end up coming to me anyway. So in your own time, really, because I'm not going anywhere. So that's the point. You have to be very patient because they're kind of battling the inevitable. They know that things are gonna happen, but they're fighting against it. They're afraid of revealing their emotion, to think of the happy ever after, to make big plan for life, to think of what the future could be. They may be scared of the romantic side of themselves, and that's okay. As long as you talk about it and allow them to reveal themselves to themselves, so then there's no problem, okay? So let's have a major arcana for more clarity here. So what they're afraid of, pile number 2, let's have a look. Their judgment. It's about purging, going maybe in more depth into themselves, to know that I have to learn some lesson, find out about myself, and then move to the next level. Is letting go of an identity and embracing a new one. And this, you're not lying to yourself by doing that. You're just progressing, and that's all right. Okay, so on this note, have a beautiful day, and I see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.